Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. And for most of us up here in the Northeast, racing hasn't kicked off yet, but the ones that follow the Pro All-Star Series, especially the south side of things, they kicked off this past weekend over at Dillon. And great race, not many cautions, and that's what I call a great race, is you don't want to see people's cars get torn up. I know they had a couple late incidents, but you don't want to see anybody get their stuff torn up, especially this early in the season. And congratulations to last year's past South champion, Tyler Church, as he started the year out the way that anybody wants to start it out, in victory lane. And great win for him and his team as they look to defend that title and hopefully maybe run some of the national events. And you know, they just finalized the past national schedule, and I really wish they could get a sponsor for that, if not the whole series or anything, but at least for that side of things, because Tom and his staff have put a tremendous 7-race past national championship together. And you know, we will be at a bunch of them and bringing you highlights and footage and hearing from the winners. But you know, they're going to start off here in a couple weeks over at Anderson, and that should be a good event. And you'll see some guys from the north make the trek down. Last year's past national championship, Ben Rowe, looking to defend that title. Joey Dwyron has run some of those in the past and been close, and look for him to make the entire past national schedule. And you know, hopefully some of the other guys from the north make that run at that title. As you know, the events that they're running, like I said, at Anderson, then the Easter Bunny over at Hickory, then they do a couple up here in the north, the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And how big a deal is that going to be for anybody that wins the inaugural pass race over at New Hampshire? Everybody wants to be on that race and or in that race. And just like when the ACT cars go, you know, it's a big deal. You're racing on the big stage. So then the following week over at Airborne, you know, the doubleheader, 200-lap act race, 200-lap pass race, which ends up being a national event. And then the race that every race fan, racer circles on their calendar, the Oxford 250. Travis Benjamin going for 3 in a row, looking to do what Ralph Nason, the only one that's done it. I know Mike Rowe, Dave Dion have won 3, but nobody other than Ralph Nason has run 3 in a row, and Travis Benjamin looks to do that in 2015. Then they wrap up the past North season up here at Oxford in October, but that is a past national event. And then Greenville Pickens, one of those historic racetracks. You know, we have them up here in the north. That's one of the historic racetracks down there in the south. So, you know, 7 great events. And if you get a chance, especially on some of those that are off weekends, if you're a regular competitor at a track that races Saturday nights, you can make the Airborne race. Obviously, the 250 is a race you want to make the end of the year at Oxford. Or if you're that fan that wants to go south, you got Hickory coming up in a couple weeks. And I know there's going to be some race fans down there taking in the Hickory event, as well as Greenville Pickens at the end of the year. So great opportunity to see some of these races. And for you Northerners, it'll be a great chance to cheer for some of the Northern guys that'll be down there. And you know, congratulations to Joey Dwyron that went down this past weekend at Dillon and ended up running the number 4 car for Dickie Woodman Racing. And Dickie puts a fast car under any driver, and he's won races in the past South and won the championship with Jay Fogelman a couple years ago. So him and Joey run as many races as they can together. I know he's working on some deals for some other drivers. So, you know, congratulations to them with a 4th place finish. And another guy that had a nice 3rd place finish, Zane Smith, driving for Gary Crooks Racing. Everybody knows Gary Crooks as he comes north, works with the likes of Mulkern Racing, has worked with Austin Terrio in the past, Johnny Clark. You know, he's a relocated Northerner. You know, he's from Halifax area, Nova Scotia, and he's down there in North Carolina living the dream. And you know, we've had Gary on the show. You remember him from the Snowball Derby, and he did the grip seminar down there, and we had some Northerners. And hopefully next week's show we'll have a Northerner or 2 on here talking about the grip seminar and what they take away from that program, so you can make your plans for 2016 to go down and attend the grip seminars that Gary and his staff put on right there at DEI. But you know, so it gets your blood boiling now. You know, you were able to follow along with Speed 51. Speed 51 back. You can buy the race or watch the race from Hickory, the Easter Bunny. So, you know, follow along with Speed 51. Between them, us here at Mainly Motorsports, you know, the past Facebook pages, just like any other touring series. You get all your information, and it's able to follow along and see the results and watch the race. So looked like it was a good race down there, Dylan. And like I said, congratulations to Tyler Church and some of the main boys that would, well, the northern connections that we could call them, that went down and represented the Northeast and the past North. So we'll show you the top 10 results from there and a couple of photos of Tyler Church, and we'll take a break and we'll be back here on Mainly Motorsports.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. This is our biggest selection ever. Fifth wheels with savings up to $20,000. Big selection of toy haulers starting at only $19,999. 2015 Trail Runner bunkhouses with super slides and island kitchens for only $199 per month. Motorhomes, truck campers, and more. Financing available. Trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine. Don't let the other guys rough you up. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And last week on the show, caught up with the vendors that participated in the race and preview event over there at the Portland Expo a few weeks ago. And we also heard from Mike Moody, who won the raffle car. Pretty excited guy, spent $25 and lends himself a pro stock to go racing. So, we're going to follow along with his exploits, as you heard me tell you last week on last week's show. But we also caught up with all the tracks and tours that were in there and participating in the event, and talk about them at the events and some of the exciting things that they all had coming up in 2015. And some of them had some big announcements, some big movements. Some of them are new to touring or any of it. So, really excited to hear from them and give them a few minutes to talk about themselves, their track, their tour, their program. So, in this segment, we caught up with Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, which everybody knows, the only NASCAR sanctioned track in the state of Maine. Kind of the only one that hasn't had an ownership change or management change in the last few years. And, Andy Cusack and his staff just kind of keep doing things the way they do them. And then we also hear from the new guys on the block. They've been around for a few years, and they're really, very similar to the Pro All-Star Series, but they're doing their own thing, running at different tracks, really not fighting for competitors, not doing anything, and, has their standards just like the Mayberries have theirs, and, it's working. And Mike Parks and his entire staff for the Granite State Pro Stock Series really doing a nice job and doing their own thing and not worrying about what others do, and that's what's going to make you a successful track or a tour. And so we hear from those two in this segment, and we'll be back, and we catch up with some more in the next segment. So enjoy what they have to say at Beech Ridge and the Granite State Pro Stock Series.
All right, we're over here with the Beech Ridge Speedway booth. I'm here with Steve. Steve, what a great display. How many cars do you guys have here today?
We have 16.
16 cars covering all divisions, all the way to the back with Ali Furlan's little police Mustang over there.
That's right. All 3 of the back rows are all from Beech Ridge.
Oh, what a great display. Now let's talk about what's going on with 2015 with you guys. Now you guys don't just race one night a week. You have stuff going on all the time over there.
Right. In June, we have Thursday Thunder that runs for 10 weeks on Thursday nights. And then every Friday in August, we have Car Wars, which the kids really enjoy that.
You know, I haven't made it to a Car Wars in a while, and I finally started going. A friend of mine always brings 5 or 6 cars up there before they head to the junkyard. I had no idea what you guys are up to, and now I don't miss one. My kids are dragging me to the door. Let's go, Dad. We got to get to Beach Ridge.
Yeah, the kids really love that. They love all the characters and the different colors and, different types of vehicles.
I like that there's no numbers. Everybody has a name, a stage name, as you'd say. It's great.
There's a very good mixture for everyone.
And Thursday Night Thunder is no different. When you guys start your Thursday Night Thunder program, you don't get there early enough, you're not going to find a seat.
That's right. It's 2 hours. The show starts at 7 o'clock, and you're out by 9. The season starts on the 11th of June, and like I said, it goes for 10 weeks. But the show every Thursday night is 2 hours.
Now, one thing I do enjoy about your track the most, and I try to make it as much as I can, is that you guys have a schedule and you follow through with it every week. There's no delays. It's nonstop attention, action, and racing every time you're there.
That's right. Like on Saturday nights, qualifying starts at 7 o'clock, and the feature races start at 8 o'clock, and you can count on it.
Now, let's talk about the Whiz Kids program that you guys started. A lot of parents here can't wait to get their kids behind the wheel, and it makes it more of a family atmosphere when Dad's helping the kids get the car ready, and then the kids are helping Dad get the car ready. What's going on with it? What's the rules with it? I noticed it's really close, and everyone stays about the same rate of speed, but it's good racing.
That's right. They have to be between age 8 and 15, and all the cars have the restrictor plates so that they can only go a certain speed, and good learning experience.
It's definitely a great program. Now, how do we find out some more information? You guys have a Facebook page and a website, I'm sure?
That's right. Everything that you'd need to know is on the website. All right.
Well, look up Beach Ridge Motor Speedway in 2015. A great racing program. Starts pretty soon as long as the snow melts.
Yeah, the first Pro All-Star Series race is scheduled for May 2nd. And then later on in the year, there's 2 more shows, one later on in July and then the 400 weekend in September. And then, of course, this year we also have the American Canadian Tour in August, along with the Modified Racing Series that is back this year. So should be an interesting mix for everyone to come and enjoy.
All right, well, thank you very much, Stephen. Check out their website, check them out on Facebook, look at their schedule, and definitely make an appearance here at Beach Ridge.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, I'm over here with Chip from the Granite State Pro Stock Series, a big tour for you guys. What's going on in 2015?
We've got we got 11 races lined up, 1 in Connecticut, the other 10 in New Hampshire. We're looking right now at 26 cars entered so far. Looking for a good year. We're growing every year, and seem to be picking up a car or 2 every year. And I think it's going to be a productive year for this, and we're getting a little bit more exposure, and it's just going to be a good year.
I see some really good names on the agenda for tracks you're going to race at. Whereabouts are your client? Where are you going to be racing mostly this year?
Well, like I said, we're in New Hampshire, all 10 of 11, but we got one in northern New Hampshire at 51. We've got Monadnock, Lee Star. That's basically the biggest thing is Star, Lee, Hudson. You're talking about 30, 40-mile radius, and you got 5 races. And it's a good chance for the Maine people, even though we're not in Maine, it's a good chance for the Maine people to come on down, Lee, Star, even over to Hudson. Take a trip, go to Monadnock. Exciting track to watch in Monadnock. And it's a good time.
Now, if somebody wants to join in and start doing some of your races, where do they find rules and schedule?
Okay, they get hold of Mike Parks. He's in New Hampshire. He's in Canaan, New Hampshire. He's got his own website, MikeParks.com. And we're going to be at a show in Rochester, New Hampshire next month. We're in Springfield next week, and he's going to be there. And there's just see me. I'm in Westbrook, Maine, Chip Pettingill, and we can connect you. But anybody that's interested, we'd love to talk to you and have you come aboard.
All right, well, thank you, Chip, and we'll see you in 2015.
Will do. Thank you.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems, even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf.
And I'm Dan Wolf. We've been selling and servicing vehicles on Route 25 in Gorham since 1972.
Wolf Auto Service offers state inspections, tires, brakes, and suspension.
21st Century Motors has a great selection of cars and trucks starting at $29.99.
With no mortgage and low overhead, we sell and service at guaranteed lowest prices.
We're just 6 miles west of Turnpike, exit 47 on Route 25 in Gorham. Online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems, even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
This segment, we catch up with the folks from Wiscasset Speedway, and you know, we all know what they've done over the last few years, taking a track that was dormant, was closed, and you know, turned it into a facility that the crowds are increasing, you know, the car counts are increasing, the fan base, everything, and really a great job over there. And then the Maine Vintage Race Car Association, you know, they come to the Augusta show with their trailer, the mobile museum. You know, kind of go that avenue. They come into Portland, they bring a few cars, and you know, kind of show some of the vintage stuff that they're doing. And we're gonna have a lot more from that group next week, as we have Scott Connors on, and he was on before the auction, and you know, we talked a lot about what they do. Oh, they got their Hall of Fame induction, and you know, the first weekend in April. And if you really want to be a part of something and see, you know, history. You know, not only in the making, but it's history. You know, a lot of the old timers that have already been inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, as they, you know, they go and support this year's class. And we're going to talk more next week about that with Scott, on how you can get tickets and get that table together and be that group and that fan base and go up and support this year's inductees. And you want a photo op, that's it right there. You know, you catch up with the likes of Cusack and Davo and Rowe and guys that have in the past been a part of the sport that is so great here up in northern New England, and especially Maine. And you know, and the banquet that they put on, and the meal, everything, and that's something you want to be a part of. So we'll have more information next week how you can be a part of it, and then also Oxford Plains go-karts. You know, the track, the Mayberries, they've given the go-karts a place to still race, and you know, they got their own thing going on. So we'll hear from them in this segment. So enjoy what they all have to say about their 2015 seasons and banquets and things like that.
All right, so now we're over here in the Wiscasset Speedway booth, and I'm here with most of the crew here. These guys didn't want to be singled out, but Vanessa, I got to ask you to come up here and talk about racing schedule for 2015. You guys got a lot on the plate this year.
We do. We have an exciting schedule. In May, we'll have the Coastal 200. In June, NEMA is coming again. July, we have our birthday and past champions night, and in August, we'll have the Boss Hog 100.
Now, we see a lot of pictures going on over there on the big screen, and the Boss Hog 100, you guys actually found an old cop car as a pace car. You had trailer trucks running around. It looked like a ton of fun. I'm sorry I missed it.
It was a lot of fun. It was very like Smokey and the Bandit kind of days. Yeah.
So now if somebody wants to dig in and find out what exact date we're looking at for all these big races, they can go to what?
Please check out our Facebook page and our website, wiscassetspeedway.com.
All Right. Now you guys have a whole laundry list of drivers that are showing up this year, but we have Ben Erskine over here. Ben, come on up here. Ben won the best appearing late model here this year at the Expo. And Ben, how long have you been racing?
I've actually been racing off and on the past 6 years. Strictly streets, super streets, pro stocks a couple times. So this will be my first year in the late models, but really excited to get going. So.
Now, you've raced a bunch of tracks, and you found a home here at Wiscasset. Why is that?
Richard and Vanessa do a really good job, fabulous job at the track. It's family-oriented place. It's the atmosphere for me. I really enjoy racing there. The whole crew, all the people are really nice. So it's everybody as a whole, I guess.
It definitely is. You definitely feel like you're at a family atmosphere in the grandstands all around to the pit side. It's definitely a fun place to race. Now, Richard's over here hiding. Richard, what's going on with 2015? What is the stuff that you've thought about that Vanessa says no to?
Oh, gosh, about everything. We are planning in maybe putting in a truck pull stretch and we'd like to do some works to our walls and maybe a little go-kart track, but just, if we build it, they will come.
This is true, Richard. Now, we also have our pace car driver over here. Rumor is we have 2 pace cars this year.
Yes, we have a pickup truck, an F-150, and the Camaro.
A pickup truck and an F-150 and a Camaro. That's the pickup F-150. So now I know you have a soft spot in your heart for the Camaro. You really enjoyed burning off those rear tires for Richard and Vanessa the last year.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The kids like to watch it. And it's a fun thing to do.
All right, so guys, if you want to check out any more information about Wiscasset Speedway, you got to check them out on Facebook, check them out on their website, and definitely make it over there. How much is it to get in this year? $5 at every race. So make sure you come out and check it out. All right, I'm over here with Don with the Made Vintage Racing Association. He's got a beautiful display set up over here, a lot of racing memorabilia from over the years and local track, short track racing in Maine. What can you tell me about some of the stuff you got here today?
Well, what it is, most of the stuff is donated. Right today, most of it is Frankie materials, pictures in his books and so forth, memorabilia, a lot of stuff he's collected over the years. And we're constantly getting people donating stuff that they've had in their archives and they no longer store. Second generation, they want to get rid of all that stuff. But our job is, the purpose of our club is to promote and to retain racing history in the state of Maine.
I know you guys bring a big trailer to the Augusta show, and it's packed full, and it's awesome because I remember some of it's beyond my childhood, but some of the stuff is still stuff I remember as a kid, falling asleep in the grandstands at Wiscasset Speedway and seeing some of those old cars.
Yeah, that's what we call our museum. That's our rolling museum, and just about everything in there was donated over time, and we try to we change things out to kind of focus on the area that we're in, what part of the state. Beech Ridge, if we're down this way, Oxford, and we actually went all the way up into the county last year with it. This year we're going to be at Owl's Head Museum in June. We're going to have the museum up there. So in the summertime, that's our focus. In the wintertime, we do these shows. So.
Now, a big hit, a big thing that a lot of people keep talking about started last year. You guys started doing an auction at the Augusta Civic Center show, and it's taken off.
It's one of the best events we've ever done, and we just finished our second annual, and we were just a little bit ahead of last year, in spite of a couple of things that didn't come out quite the way we wanted. But it's become a good fundraiser, and it's allowed us to do stuff that we weren't able to do with our budget previously. So.
Well, I know the talk around the show was how much fun it is, and you got Rosie Geary in there, and he's a personality all by himself.
And then we have this other guy. I think his name is Steve Perry. That's always helps to keep things going out in the audience. Yeah, we appreciate that. Steve does a good job for us, and that's probably going to be one of our biggest events.
Now, how does somebody, if they want to look at what you have on display, how do we find you during the summer?
Number one is our website, Maine Vintage Race Car Association.com is our website. We have a big event in August. The first Sunday in August is always Summerfest. We're at Beech Ridge Speedway. It's $5 at the gate, and it includes hamburger, French fries, and a drink. And we have the museum there. We have 80 to 90 vintage cars on display, and it's weather permitting in the middle of the afternoon. We give children rides around the Beach Ridge Speedway in the vintage cars. So that's our big event, and then of course the auction event in the fall. And other that's the website, and or you can call Don Turner or donturner.com. So,
all right. Well, I really appreciate it. You guys do a knockout job every year, and you guys are boatloads of information, knowledge, and if you have any questions, I'm sure you guys might know the answer.
You'll find us, yes. Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm over here with Riley. He's very excited to talk with us today. Riley races go-karts at Oxford. What can you tell us about that, buddy? What you're racing what day this year?
Fridays.
You're going to race on Fridays, and what division do you run?
Blue plate.
You run the blue plate. And how long have you been racing?
4 years.
4 years. How old were you when you started?
8.
8 years old. And how old are you now?
11.
All right, just checking your math. So you race this at Oxford. You run the blue plate. How fast do you usually go?
72.
72 miles an hour. Wow. Now, what's your average? How many carts do you usually race with?
1.
Just one? You only race with one other cart? Is he your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you work on this at home with your parents?
Not really.
Not really. Dad takes care of it for you?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, awesome. Well, we'll hope to see you at Oxford in 2015.
Okay.
All right. Very good.
I did not grow up in the car business. I started as a technician in a small garage, and now lucky enough to own my own dealership. I think buying a new car should be hassle-free with pricing up front. We like to negotiate with everyone the same way. Our goal is for our customers to feel good and make it easy and quick if they so desire. We pay our sales staff to help satisfy your needs, not to collect a traditional commission.
Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Maine's only Viper dealer, Route 1, Saco.
Award season event is going on now.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. This is our biggest selection ever. Fifth wheels with savings up to $20,000. Big selection of toy haulers starting at only $19,999. 2015 Trail Runner bunkhouses with super slides and island kitchens for only $199 per month. Motorhomes, truck campers, and more. Financing available. Trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the Southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Now in this segment, we hear from a group that's new to tour racing. They've been racing their midget with the NEMA Tour over the last few years, and now branching out, trying to start their own little deal, the Wicked Cool Midgets. Bill Sturgis, we get to hear from him. He did a lot of videoing down to Racers Expo. He has his own also TV show, New England Motorsports, so if you catch him online, maybe tune in and see what he has to say. Well, he's supported both of our shows, John Townsend, and this goes way back. I wish Greg was here because Greg probably remembers John Townsend, back in the days of the 69 Chevelles racing around Beach Ridge on the dirt, and I'll never forget the year that he had the yellow and black 69 Chevy Chevelle. Him and Richard Pinkham were kind of team cars, both beautiful, immaculate race cars for that era. It would still look beautiful today. Well, John's got a Wicked Cool Midget, and he was at the shows, and he was, if you stopped and talked to those guys, John was probably one of the ones that answering some of your questions. And then Wicked Good Racing, the guys, their big news was probably last year when they got to put on races at Beach Ridge on Summerfest weekend, that day. So, I think that's a big deal for them to be a part of, and hopefully they'll be back doing that again this year. So, they were at the show. So we'll hear what they have to say for 2015.
All right, guys, I'm here with Bill Sturgis with the Wicked Good Midgets. Wicked Cool Midgets, I'm sorry. So you guys are a new division coming into the Maine area this year.
Yes. Originally, 10 years ago, we were the USAC Ford Focus Midgets. And that series built up to about 18 to 20 cars, but costs got out of hand. Carbon fiber bodies, $1,200 shocks. And as you know, racers will spend any kind of money they can to win $100. So the series eventually went under. NEMA picked us up as the NEMA Light Series, and we raced there successfully for about 6 or 7 years, and now we saw costs getting out of control in the NEMA Light Series with, instead of Ford Focus engines, some of the guys bought Honda engines that are putting out a lot more horsepower, and they're 3 times as much money. So we complained about it to no avail, and we decided to start our own series based off the NEMA Light Ford Focus engines, and that's what we're doing now. We are racing at Star Speedway. Bob Weber Sr. believes in what we're doing by having an affordable racing series and not having your wallet decide whether you're going to win or not, but how well you set up your car and how good you drive it is the 2 important things. So we're racing 4 times at Star, twice at Hudson Speedway, and Tom Mayberry believes in what we're doing, so he booked us 3 times at Beech Ridge when he races his past tour there, and twice at Oxford. So we have 11 races, and it's Maine and New Hampshire, and we have about 12 cars signed up already. Several of the NEMA guys, NEMA Light guys, I believe, will be racing with us because they like racing at Star and Hudson and Oxford and Beech Ridge. So I think we're going to have a successful year.
Now, when you say that all you guys run the Ford Focus motor, is it like a sealed motor, like a spec car?
They're not sealed. They used to be sealed, but now they allowed, a few years ago in NEMA, they allowed the an aftermarket cam. So that boosted the horsepower up from about 150 to 180, which gives us a lot more power. And these cars are really fast if you take horsepower to weight. They weigh 1,200 pounds with the driver, and that's a pretty good horsepower to weight ratio because my truck is 6,000 pounds and 300 horse. These are more than half the horse, and they only weigh like 1/5 of the weight. So you get quite a kick out of them. The engines, they're not sealed, but a lot of them have been dynoed, chassis dynoed down in Mass, and we're gonna keep an eye on things. Everybody is pretty equal, and we'll see if somebody is running away with a show, we'll know something's wrong, and we'll send them down to the chassis dyno. If they're more than 180 horse, they're going to have to add weight, about 6.5 pounds per horsepower. So if you're 10 horsepower over, you're going to have to add 66 pounds, which will bring you back to everybody.
Now, I know you guys had your first show at Augusta at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and you guys were new and you were looking for drivers, and now it sounds like you've made a big splash already.
Oh yeah, we've signed up 11. We have one of the NEMA guys today decide he's going to run some of our shows. We're going to run my sons, PJ Sturgis and Jake Sturgis, each have a midget. They're going to run with NEMA, and the shows that we have, NEMA wasn't going to run at those tracks anyway. So we're actually complementing their schedule by adding 11 races to their 11 or 12. So if somebody wants to run both series, they can run 23, 24 races, and that'll keep you busy from April till October.
Well, it definitely sounds like you guys are coming together and going in the right direction very fast.
And one thing we want to emphasize is that we're in the entertainment business as well as the racing. We're not just going to show up and you see a bunch of cars go out and you don't know who they are. We want to park on the front straightaway. We want to have a meet and greet, bring the fans down, put the kids in the car. Parents, take your kids' pictures. If they're racing go-karts, bring them up to this when they're 14, 15 years old. It's the next logical progression. I mean, you can buy a complete car for about $12,000, whereas a NEMA engine you can spend $35,000 just for an engine. And I always say, if I got $35,000, I'm going to put new windows in my house and new siding. I'm not going to buy a hand grenade engine that could last 5 laps. So we don't want people to go broke. We want people to have fun, race hard, and go home happy. and we want the fans to be happy that they saw good, hard racing, competitive racing where everyone was like past tour. Everyone's close to each other. You don't have the high dollar guys lapping the low dollar guys because you can't buy your way into victory lane in this division.
All right, well, I appreciate your time. I was looking forward to seeing you guys everywhere in the New England area with the Wicked Cool Midgets.
Oh, good. Thanks a lot.
All right, I'm over here with Bob Gutto with the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. He's got a great display here. So let's talk about 2015 for you. I got a big schedule here. What's going on?
2015 is going to be another great year. Last year was absolutely amazing with the growth we had. We went to the Loudon Oval for the first time last year. We had 36 cars show up. We also recorded our highest car count ever last year with 40 cars down at Waterford Speed Bowl. So we're growing on the growth we had last year. We're going back to Loudon Oval this year. We're going with the Pass Tour, so it's going to be a great race. Pro Stocks, Mini Stocks, going to be an amazing event on July 4th weekend. We invite everyone to come down and check that out. We're also going back to Oxford Plains this year. So we're holding our annual homecoming event. It's going to be July 25th at Oxford Plains Speedway, $750 to win Mini Stock event. We're also going to Oxford for 250 weekend. We're coming back to Beech Ridge for the first time, so we got a great Maine presence this year. We've only done one race in Maine the past couple seasons. We're coming back with a vengeance. We're back at Lee twice this year. So the northern mini stocks will definitely have a lot of good NEMST races to come to. We got a great season planned for us, some great point funds. We're doing the Triple Crowns again. We're still finishing up the schedule. We're going to add the Loudon Road Course and also Waterford Speed Bowl onto the schedule you have in your hand. But other than that, it's pretty much final.
Now, I know a lot of the guys that race in your division they're not first-timers. There's a lot of seat time with all these guys, and they love that you give them the opportunity to race these big tracks and all across the state. Instead of just running their local track, they get their years of experience running a mini stock, and they get to go play with you on the weekends. It sounds great.
Yeah, the NEMST has really provided what we wanted when we started it. It's the playground for the best of the best. If you have a mini stock in New England, you come out with the NEMST, you're going to be racing against the best and the best. When you beat them, you can consider yourself the best in New England. Everyone that was in the top 10 in points last year is either feature winners or champions at their home tracks, multi-time feature winners on the tour. It's just a great group of guys. They race clean, they race hard, they help you out in the pit area if you have any problems, so it's a wonderful group of guys to race with.
Now, I know you were a race driver for a while, and how did it get from that to where you are today?
Well, it all started back at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway for the 4-Cylinder Nationals, put on by Crazy Kalaki Speed Equipment out of Massachusetts. We were all standing in the pit area before the races, before we could go in the track that day, and everyone was saying they wanted to race around. They wanted to travel to different tracks. No one did it. So back in 2008, I came up with a rule book, and I made some T-shirts and went down to Lee Oktoberfest and handed them out. And come 2009, we had our first race at Canaan Fair Speedway on June 6th, and Emerson Kyer, our all-time win leader, won that first event on his way to 15 victories in all over the course of the tour. The rest is history. No one really thought it would work. I didn't even think it was going to work at that point, but it's turned out to be a great series with great drivers.
Well, I appreciate your time, Bob, and again, you have a great display, and I can't wait to see you guys in the 2015 season.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
All right, I'm standing over here with the Wicked Good Vintage race cars. You guys have two of the best-looking cars in the show in my book here. I'm here with Bob talking about 2015 for the Wicked Good guys. What's going on?
We got all kinds of stuff going on. We got shows we're doing. We got lots of racing going on. We're going to have lots of fun.
Now, one thing I like about you guys over other people who do the vintage racing is you guys actually race them. You're not afraid to put that pedal to the metal.
Absolutely not. We figured we tried the draw the winner and all that. Nah, that don't work. That's not really racing. Fans want to come see real racing. And this was what real racing was all about. So, oh yeah, we touch, we rub, we scrape paint, we do it all.
Now, I see you have a couple divisions. What divisions do you guys have?
Actually, well, yeah, if you look up here, we got the early modifieds, early late modifieds. We're getting the outlaws, and them are the classes we currently have right now.
Nice. And I see over here the number 71 pulled the best vintage car of the show at the Racing Preview 2015.
Yes, that's a brand new car that Arthur Hannaford just built this year. Actually, he finished it, took him about 2-3 weeks to build it, and he took it to the Augusta show. Right. So
now I might shed a tear when that one gets scratched this year.
Jeez, I know I would. I think I'm gonna leave the country if I hit that thing.
Now, where are you guys racing as far as tracks this year?
We're doing all the main tracks, but Beech Ridge. So we had a race there last year, but this year we don't. So we're doing all the main tracks, and we're doing Star Speedway in New Hampshire.
Nice. Now, when you guys show up at a track, you actually bring about 25 to 30 cars with you, right?
Yeah, on average, yeah, that's what we get, yeah. And usually we have like 2 divisions where we have enough for 2 cars, but once in a while we don't have the car count, so we put them all together, and we still go racing and we still have fun, so,
Now, I hang out in the Wiscasset area, and I see Johnny Rice has got a pretty mean gremlin going together this year.
Oh, he does. I can't wait to try it, actually.
Well, great. Well, I hope everyone checks out a show that these guys put on, 2015, the Wicked Good Vintage Race Cars. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf.
And I'm Dan Wolf. We've been selling and servicing vehicles on Route 25 in Gorham since 1972.
Wolf Auto Service offers state inspections, tires, brakes, and suspension.
21st Century Motors has a great selection of cars and trucks starting at $29.99.
With no mortgage and low overhead, we sell and service at guaranteed lowest prices.
We're just 6 miles west of Turnpike, exit 47 on Route 25 in Gorham. Online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
We've got the car you've been looking for at OT Motor Sales. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and one of the things that we want to try to do is drive up our numbers on our Facebook page, and we want our racers this year to put more feedback on there, and it's a way to reach other people that aren't just a Facebook fan of your own track's Facebook page, which you all should be a fan of and like it. But we want you all to like Mainly Motorsports' page, and a way to get the word out and promote your sponsors, promote you, and as we have fans from all over New England that follow along on Mainly Motorsports TV Facebook page. So one of the things we're going to do as the season starts is we're going to pick 4 or 5 races right at the beginning of the year, and it's going to be a chance to tell us who you think's going to win these races, and we're going to do a little contest. So next week I'll talk more about what the contest, what the winner's prize is, as we had fun with it last year when we did it to 250, and Jeff Sullivan won the sweatshirt and the tickets, and hopefully he was able to go and participate in all the events that people that donated tickets for us. And so make sure you get on. Everybody's on Facebook, it seems like. So go to Mainly Motorsports Facebook page and like it, and then you can follow along, and you can get the info from the not only the contests we do at the beginning of the year, but some of the other stuff that we are going to do throughout the year, and some of the exciting changes that are going to be happening here at Mainly Motorsports, and the new things that we're going to be trying to do, and try to hit more races than we've ever done this year, and from the midweek stuff to the weekend stuff, and the mud runs and the tractor pulls, and just obviously the circle track, and back involved with the drag strips, and do something with Winterport and Oxford Dragway, and some of the other things that are going on. So really excited. So if you're not already a fan or like the Mainly Motorsports Facebook page, be sure you go and do that, as we got some big announcements coming up, and we're going to play a lot of contests this year. So it's your way to be a part of these and win some great prizes from not only Mainly Motorsports but some of our sponsors. So we take a break. We come back. We'll hear from some more of the event participants from Racing Preview on what their 2015 season's looking like.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available on all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
I did not grow up in the car business. I started as a technician in a small garage, and now lucky enough to own my own dealership. I think buying a new car should be hassle-free with pricing up front. We like to negotiate with everyone the same way. Our goal is for our customers to feel good and make it easy and quick if they so desire. We pay our sales staff to help satisfy your needs, not to collect a traditional commission.
Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Maine's only Viper dealer, Route 1, Saco.
Award season event is going on now.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. We're going to catch up with our last batch of people that participated at Race and Preview that we got interviews with, and some of these are the mainstays, and you know, the NELCAR Legend Series, and you know that series has been around for 15, 20 plus years, and you know a lot of the young drivers that are winning races today came through the NELCAR Legend Series, and you know I was fortunate enough to participate 2 years with my daughter, and what a great group of guys, you know, from the veterans really offering guidance to these younger kids like Bob Weymouth, Ed Getty, Terry Kirk, to some of the younger drivers that came through and were also that driver you looked up to, but were very popular. You know, Matthew Burgoyne, Evan Bullier, Jacob Dord, Johnny Peters, you know, a lot of these kids that are now the stars of whether it's Saturday night racing at their local tracks or stepping out to the tours and trying to win races on whether it's the ACT Tour or the PASS Tour or the Modifieds Tour. A lot of these guys came through the NELCAR Legend ranks, and you know they're a great group, do a great job at the shows, nice display, very, very support group of everything, you know, at the track, away from the track. So we hear what they have to say. And then RKS, you know my history there, you know, with RKS, you know, we spent some time racing the go-karts, but the new management team of Willie and Jen Anderson, you know, do a great job. They got some people behind the scenes that really help them out and make it that family-friendly environment. And, you know, they do some great things, big events. You know, the kids make everybody a part of it, and family. And when I tell you family, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, we're involved with our Mainly Motorsports TV 400, and, you know, that's the big go-kart race for Northern New England. And, you know, we bring guys all the way from Connecticut, New York to come up and participate at this event. And, you know, Willie and Jen, you can go online and find them on Facebook or their website and really see what they have to offer. And then last but certainly not least is Star Speedway and the Weber family, owners of Star and owners of Hudson. You know, probably one of the few tracks that's got all the tours coming. They got ACT, they got ISMA. You know, we talked about Lee a couple weeks ago. You know, all the tours they bring in. Passes at Star again this year, and who can forget their Star Classic weekend coming up on September 12th? You know, with the ISMA Super Modifieds, the Granite State Pro Stocks, and then the Synergy Signworks 25-lap moped race, and the Mainly Motorsports TV 25-lap golf cart race. So that's stuff that happens out in the parking lot on Friday night, and we'll have some other things going on and some other entertainment that's going to be happening. So, you know, Star Speedway, it's that, you know, they brought the fun back, and they've done such a great job. And, you know, I want to just throw a different little shout out to Bob Weber Jr. You know, Bobby competed in the DT 100. He didn't qualify for one of the main events. I don't know what weight bracket he was in, heavy, medium, obviously not the lights, but wasn't what it was all about for him. It was about raising money, you know, and he's always done a great job over at Star with the Racing Against Cancer program and some of the walks that they've done. And, you know, that hit him this year with his dad having to deal with cancer and go through it. And, you know, when it hits close to home, you know, a lot of people, that's when they start stepping up. But not Bobby Weber. Bobby Weber was already a part of that, so it just took on a little bit more special meaning. And he was the top fundraiser for the DT 100, and already, you know, we're 51 weeks away from next year's DT 100, and he's already not only soliciting, but he's telling you how things he's going to do, and him and his son have set a goal to raise $7,500 for the DT 100. So great job by him at the DT 100, and all he does for not only racing, but the whole cancer things that, you know, between the DT and the Racing Against Cancer. So we'll hear what he has to say about his track in 2015. So enjoy what these three have to say about, like I said, their 2015 season.
All right, we're here at the 2015 Racing Preview, and I'm here with the Nelcar Legend guys. I've got Ed Getty, and I got Matt Grant. Ed, you're the director here?
Yes, I'm one of the directors and show coordinator and past president for Nelcar, and we're looking forward to a great season this year. A lot of races scheduled throughout Maine, and hopefully the snow will melt early enough that we can get started in April.
Yeah, I'm hoping the snow and all the flooding gets away and we can get back to racing as usual here in Maine.
Yeah, we're really excited, and I think we will. We've got several new fellas coming in with cars. Our series is growing, and we're really excited about getting out and putting on a great show this year.
Now, I know a lot of people enjoy watching you guys race. That you always put on a great show. You always have a huge car count. You're dragging people in from New Hampshire. What's happening in 2015 for you guys?
Well, we're going to have Thursday Thunder again this year, which is a great value here at Beach Ridge Speedway. We'll be up in Bangor. We have a lot of races at Wiscasset, and please come out and support our organization. I think you'll really enjoy it. With open wheel cars, we really carry a lot of speed, and we race within inches of one another. If you haven't seen the Legends run, once you see it, the next time you're headed to the grandstand, you'll be on a little bit of a run to get there because it is exciting.
I know when I get to watch you guys race, it's not just side by side. It's sometimes 3 and 4 wide at some of the wider tracks.
Oh, it is, and the cars are only about 5 feet wide, but they have a lot of horsepower, and we race close together. These guys are professionals.
And speaking about drivers, I'm over here with Matt Grant. Matt, you got Best Appearing Legend here today, and it's a beautiful car. What's going on with you in 2015?
Oh, thank you for that. And well, we plan on doing the full tour for the first time. It's going to be my 4th year, and we've.
Well, I got to say, I've known you for a long time from Richmond Karting Speedway, and I think you've actually shrunk since the last time I saw you. What's going on with that?
Yeah, my dad challenged me to lose 100 pounds over the off season, and I started that back in probably July or so, and so far I've lost 74 pounds, so about 3/4 of the way there.
And is that going to be a huge help come race season's time?
I hope so. It's having to carry around that extra weight hasn't helped us any, so I'm hoping it'll do wonders with the Gore Moving and Storage 84 machine.
Awesome. Well, if you're out and about, check out their schedule. Ed will be around. You have a website?
Yes, we do. Nelcar.net, and also this year we have an Arrive and Drive on May 11th. That's a Sunday. I take that back. May 31st at 11 o'clock at Beach Ridge Speedway. You can come test drive a Legend car.
I know. I've already put my name in on the free ballot on that one. I haven't been called yet, but hopefully I hear that call soon.
Yeah, because you could win a free test drive, or you could come down for a nominal fee and test drive a car for sure and see if you'd like to get involved with our organization.
All right, well, thank you guys for your time, and this is Nelcar Legends in 2015. All right, we're over here with Richmond Karting Speedway with Jen and Karen. Now, Jen is one of the owners at Richmond Karting Speedway, and last year you guys had a knockout year for your first year, and you're ready to go in it again with 2015.
We sure are.
So what's going on? I know you guys do a lot of fun nights with the kids that race there. Anything standing out this year in 2015?
Yes, we're going to be doing a Triple X series on Saturday nights. There's going to be 3 of them. Just a different way for someone else to be a champion besides the points.
Now, one thing a lot of people talk about when they talk about Richmond Karting Speedway, they love the banked oval that Richmond brings.
Absolutely. It's fast, it's asphalt, and it's a different kind of racing.
Now, you guys cover racing in all ages, starting at what age?
From 5 to 55.
Right. Now, different classes. Of course, you got your entry-level class, and as they get older, they can move up. And and some of the competition is unreal over there.
Competition is very unreal. The kids are very competitive. Sometimes the parents are more competitive, but it's fun. I mean, it's family atmosphere. It's just a fantastic place to be.
Now, speaking of parents, I have a parent here. You have kids that race there?
I do. My daughter Kate, she's 11. She's been racing at Richmond. This will be her 3rd full season.
Now, standing in the stands and in the pit area, watching your daughter out there, they're not going slow. They're fast.
They're very fast. I really, honestly, have no safety concerns. She's learned a lot in the last 3 years. She's a great driver. It's more, I feel more anxious for her. I want her to do well. I want all the kids to do well. We do have a great time up there.
Now, I know that a lot of the carts, safety's number one. There's arm restraints, there's gloves, there's fire suits, there's neck braces, there's helmets, and these things are all safety. The seats come wrap around their heads, and you kind of feel like they are safe, even though they're doing a racing sport.
That's correct. I mean, even as silly as it sounds, I feel safer with her in a race car more so than I do with her on the field hockey field or baseball or softball.
Now, what division are you guys racing this year?
She started out in junior box stock. She ran box stock. This year will be her first year in junior sportsman.
All right. Well, that means a different size plate, a little bit faster. Now, Jen, you and Will have been running the track for a year, and I got to say I have heard nothing but great things about the direction you guys are headed. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and I hope everybody comes out and checks us out.
All right, thank you very much. All right, I'm standing over here in the Star Speedway booth with Bobby. Bobby, what's going on with 2015?
2015, we got the 350 Super Modifieds coming back to Star. We tried with the Tour Type Modifieds for 3 years, but with Pete Frappier retiring from Tekken and everything, it was the time to make the move to bring the 350s back home to where they started at Star, and looking forward to having a full field of them this year.
Now, these are basically your standard open wheel modified, but they have a small block instead of a big block.
Yeah, it's basically an ISMA car, but it's got a lot of them have a crate motor in them. That's what they run up at the Lee Speedway. But we're opening up to you can have a built motor or a crate motor, which is a better opportunity for a lot of these guys. There's a lot of these cars that have been sitting on the sidelines for some of these guys that are going to be racing. Instead of been sitting around for 10 years without racing, just because they were so opposed to crate motor racing.
Now, as far as schedule goes, what do you guys got in store for this season?
We open up on May 2nd, hopefully, if the snow is gone. Yeah. With the Pass Tour, it'll be their second race after they open up at Beach Ridge. And then we move into having the 350 Super Modifieds. And then we have the Star Classic, of course. This is going to be the 50th annual this year. We have the Halloween Howl, which everybody, I think, about in the United States knows about now. And that ends our year on October 24th.
Great. Now, not only do you have the modifieds, what are the divisions? See a Mustang sitting over here?
Yeah, this actually is from the Hudson Speedway, our sister track. This is a Thunder Light. It's a kids division. You can race them up to 12 years old, 12 to 15 years old. And that races weekly. This is Jimmy Renfrew's, but his dad races an Outlaw at Star Speedway, the Allen's Coffee Flavored Brandy Outlaws. We have the Woody's Strickleys and the Roadrunners weekly.
All right. Well, if we want to get some more information about Star Speedway, where do we go?
You can go to www.star-speedway.com, or you can call the office at 679-5306.
Great. Now, where are you guys located?
In Epping, New Hampshire.
Epping, New Hampshire. Well, I appreciate your time. Maybe we'll see you this season.
Thank you.
Get the right car at the right price. OTMotorsales.com.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition, a little insight of what's coming on next week. Like I said, we'll have Scott Connors on. We'll hear from him and how you can be involved and get your tickets and all the festivities that go around the Hall of Fame induction coming up the first week in April. And then we're going to try to get a couple guys on that attended the grip seminars down at DEI with Gary Crooks and Crooks Racing, Jason Enders from RE Suspension. So hear what they had to say about their experience and how you should be involved next year. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.